Anyway, moving along.
Yep,
Right,
we are
let's get to
done
a
with
good
Earth.
Oh, purple cards.
Yeah, we're into the lightning. We're into the meat of the meeting. One cost Ovange and Jing. They obviously cannot. They count as the cards for either of those, so you can't have that clashing with the other ones. Special S, choose one character, it loses all abilities until end of turn. Shield Bash S, lightning, choose one forward, deal at 9k damage.
You're not a shield bash. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I wasn't meant to read that, but I just did by accident.
I just wish that like the backups had S abilities.
A few do, don't they?
Yeah, I feel like that this card exists purely for the limited format. If you crack the AFMAL,
Yeah, get your F
This-
now and then just get this and you're all good.
yeah. Whereas the like if you're playing the AFMAL in a comp deck, you're actually running the backups.
Yeah, you're running the backups. But hey, at the very least, this is like it's a lightning card that just takes away all abilities. And one shots with potential, I love them.
But how many of them are there?
The
of
ability to
each?
switch off a text box is actually really good. Like, and it's not just on forwards; it's on characters. So
Yeah, and also just having deal 9k doesn't stay inactive. That's really good.
that is also really good.
But is it worth running enough of the card names to do it?
Yeah, and like I just hate that it's both names.
Yeah, but that's good because it means you can use both names for the special.
You can pitch both names for the special.
Yeah, like
so-
that's good because you can use either for the special then.
Yeah, it helps.
Wait, it does
But
it?
like-
Wait, that's how this works, right? Or is it that you need a card that
It
says
is
both?
you can pitch either this or an Ovjong or a Mage.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's what I thought. And I'm like, no, that's good it has two names. It gets double the access to specials.
I mean, yeah, I just like the backups too much. What can I say?
And the backups
Yeah,
are just super relevant.
Yeah, like you're not wrong. I do like the backups more, but I don't know. This is interesting tech. This depends
Well,
on
and
the
having
deck.
a forward that searches for both backups is kind of huge.
Yeah. So we got our
Get
3
to
cost.
that.
So, go on.
I was just saying we'll get to that.
Yeah.
3 cost Red Mage, ironically as a purple card. Forward standard unit 7k. When Red Mage enters the field, you may pay lightning and one. Is it one generic? Yeah.
Yeah.
When you do so, choose one forward of cost 4 or less, break it. Damage 3. When Red Mage enters the field, choose one forward other than Red Mage until end of the turn. It gets plus 1k and haste.
So, controversial opinion, with the exception like of the samurai being, a samurai. Off of base stat lines, this is the best of the standard units. The hero
Oh
standard
yeah, without a
units.
doubt. Like,
Yeah. I actually kind of like this.
I think like it's a phenomenal card.
Like,
So
this thing
what?
is brilliant.
Yeah, doesn't stay active. I'm glad we're moving away from that in Lightning, by the way. Can just randomly give something plus 1k in haste. You all know how strong giving haste to a forward is. Chocobo still sees play to this day.
Yeah.
Just one thing missing from it. I wish it was a Dragoon. Is that too much to ask?
If it was a Dragoon, I think it would just break it.
Yeah.
That, like,
Dragoon doesn't need any more removal.
yeah, it does. I need all the removal I can get.
Yeah. Oh, also,
I actually quite like it as a red mage. Like, this card is phenomenally powerful. Like, it didn't even need the damage 3. It just, like, if that text box just is above the damage 3, it was fantastic as it stood. Getting that damage 3 is that little bit extra is a brilliant thing as well.
Also, I think this can slot very well into a Black Waltz deck.
This can slot into anything purple.
Yeah,
Like,
plus
if you're
1k.
playing purple cards, you're playing this card.
Yeah, and like,
Yeah.
heck, you can play Water Lightning, searchable by Brane, Lightning Wind, searchable by Sid Hayes. You can use the Lightning standard unit Reza to bring this back, and just pay another 2 and kill 4 cost or less. Like, then potentially give something haste. Like,
Well, I also like this with the Lightning Lan. Lightning Lan gives this haste, while this gives the Lan haste back.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or the Ren, but like,
Rain, yeah.
Or was it, Lan is the
Nulls,
dull one?
Nulls, Ren gives haste.
Okay, yeah, well, you know what I meant, yeah. So yeah, they give each other the haste, which is pretty cool.
But yeah, this is a very, very good card, and I would be pretty shocked if like purple decks did not run this card going forwards.
I think some would not. Like, there are some decks that wouldn't, but for the most part, yeah, this is a staple almost.
I'm trying to figure out which lightning decks would not run this card.
Dragoons.
Probably the only one.
Has
Yeah.
And even
something
then, I would still run at least one copy of it in Goons.
Yeah.
has something gone
I
wrong?
wouldn't, just because Alice seems to hate me, but that's beside the point.
Is this a lightning card or a light card?
It's like
It's lightning.
Okay.
This is the pre-release promo. This is the FML.
Yeah, I thought so, but it looked like a light card just in the picture. But alright, cool. It's like nothing went wrong. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
That's all.
For Afmayu, forward Puppet Master 5k Mobius. When Afmayu enters the field, you may search for one card named Ovange and add it to your hand. When Amphayu enters the field, you may search for one card named Jern and add it to your hand. Pay 2 dull, choose one card name Ovange or card name Jing in your break zone, add it to your hand.
So this is the card that searches the 2 backups.
Yeah.
So you search for the Yerf Yang, you search for the Miening.
Can you search for 2 of the hybrid one?
Yes, you can, because
Yes.
Cool.
there's both names.
You just have to specify which one's for which, I guess.
I mean,
Well, it doesn't matter. And even better is, like, even if you Amaterasu this effect, you're still getting one of them.
yeah, you still get the other one.
Yeah, it's 2
Yeah.
separate effects. Yes.
It's 2 separate entering effects, so
It
like
helps.
this is a really powerful card. Because zero cost 5Ks have always been good.
Yeah.
But I also
100%.
do really love that, you know, you do this, they go, Ami, which one do you want to Ami? They pick and you get the hybrid one anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But like, you're mainly using this just to get the backups. Like,
Yeah.
just fix up your curve.
Yeah.
Go from there.
Search for 2 backups, add to hand.
Yeah.
Play a game.
I just wonder, like, if she'll be enough.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking. Like, is this enough to make the Puppet Master shell feasible and worth it?
It's
I mean,
not
not
a
even
Puppet
just a
Master
Puppet
shell.
Master shell.
It's just lightning cards in
They're just
general. Like,
generically in lightning, because like, the backups are fine and all.
like this is definitely a strong start in the right direction. You're searching for, in essence, a 2-cost backup and a 1-cost backup.
Yeah.
And
And
also,
then
it's,
you're-
Just, drop this, drop the Managing back up, and then next turn drop the Ovion, get back whatever. Like,
Yeah.
and we're also like approaching this from like a turn 1 perspective. If you've playing this later in the game and you've got backups out, it's just even better.
yeah, it's still fine.
Because yeah, as you said, it's a 0 cost.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
draw excess CP.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with excess CP. We like excess CP.
Yeah, or just like
How many
discard.
do you even run?
Of this card,
Of all of it?
I would say 3 of this and 2 of each of the backups.
I was actually
Yeah, four targets at most. At that point, I
Because
mean,
you want
each
to
one
see
you
it,
cut makes each subsequent one worse, is what I'm thinking.
but you still want to see this on turn 1.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah, you run 3
It's
for
what's
the
kind
for
of-
the ratio, not
It's
for
what's
the
kind of making me
3.
feel a bit more apprehensive about it is that you kind of have to run max of this. Like, it's good. I just don't know how good.
Yeah, like
Well, we can easily slot this at the needs to be tested side.
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, I still think it's going to be good enough to push Lightning like almost to that. Like you can run this mono again, but
And
it's
if we
not
ever-
going to quite push it over the line yet.
And if we ever get any of those 2 characters in another color,
Yeah.
That makes it even better.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this could eventually become fixing.
Yeah.
Like even playing it, look up 1 Lightning, 1 X1, play them both, set yourself up.
No, it's fine, bro. Finally, we have another good target for the Opus 14 Afmal. I'll get it back to him with Ovyoung. Play this, go search 2.
And I have to say, like, either blocking, tapping, getting 2 cards back from bin, or I can't get this card through, I might as well get 4 CP, or so net gain 2 CP out of the bin.
Only gets 1 back, though. That's the problem.
Is it 1? Oh, it is
Choose
1.
Gets one.
or...
Okay, yeah,
I
okay,
mean, it
no,
gets
it's
one of them back from break zone to hand, but that's still better than nothing at all.
But if you, I guess if you're tapping 2 backups, which you should have after playing this, then yes.
Yeah. I mean, I just hate that she's a 4. I mean, I know she had to be a 4 cost. I just hate that she's a 4 cost, so she doesn't synergize with the backups at all.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
she's sort of meant to be the leading of that chain, not part of the chain.
I don't know. Still feels
Either
like
way.
still fine.
Oh, we got a new
I just don't
Alisei.
know how fine.
Good card is good.
No, very good.
Yeah, we-
Yeah. Forecast Alisei, forward Scion of the 7th Dawn, 7k. When Alisei enters the field, choose one forward other than card name Alisei in your break zone added to your hand. Damage 3, when Alisei enters the field, choose one job Scion of the 7th Dawn other than card name Alisei in your break zone, add it to your hand. Huh.
I like.
Yeah,
I
like,
likes it a lot.
Scions is just gonna... Yeah, Scions is gonna love this.
Good card
I
is good.
mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
But
Yeah,
doesn't
probably
this
better
clash
than-
with a really important backup, or am I wrong? Because I don't remember Scions very well.
I mean, you're talking about Scions as if it's still a deck.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
the
that's
thing
what
is-
that's what I'm trying to get us to talk about at this point.
Well,
That's
the thing
my
is,
opinion.
like, there are like a number of Scions in this deck. This isn't the Alisei that you used to run, the Opus 5 starter. I don't think you need that anymore because you're going to just run the Ishtola now, like the one that's like your dollar category 14 gives something
It gives
first
haste.
strike and haste. But it gives first strike as well. That's the important bit because then it's a much more safe attack.
Yeah, because
And it also means that you're not stuck into running Earth cards as well, because
Yeah.
the Earth cards, not gonna lie, the Earth Scions are not amazing.
Those Scions are bad now. Like, I will
Yeah.
say that right now.
even Yada.
Like, especially
Eater is bad.
I don't
Like,
know.
there
Like I
is
said, I
so
don't
mu-
do
there
much
is so
Scion
much-
and
like,
stuff.
There are so many cards that blank a text box that Eater just gets hopelessly bad.
murdered by.
Yeah.
Yep. So at the moment, like, being able to base rate 2 cost 7k is very good. Damage 3 being a 0 cost that gets back, like, your Shola, even Thancred if you're still running that, or Lice if you want to go Fire Lightning for the Xenos Hien Cat 14 Bash Bash.
Yeah.
They're all options.
No,
Yeah.
I like
So
this.
I very much like this Alisei.
And the fact that it's, again, like your initial point, it's a 2-cost 7k in any Lightning X deck, so it's not restricted to the Scion of the 7 Dawn deck, which is
Yeah.
really good. Like, that's just
Personally, I'm
amazing.
putting this in Lightning Water, but hey, we'll
Yeah,
get
no,
to that.
it works. 6-cost Arisha Al-Rashi, forward Arch Sorceress 5k, type 0. When it enters the field, choose one forward, break it. Limited?
Opus 2 called it once its legend back.
And even then, like, it's not
Yeah,
even a burst,
like, that's kind of an insult to Opus 2 almost. It's a
Hey,
limited
you can play it
card.
outside of mono.
You can play it outside
Yeah.
of mono, which is like advantages. But if you're paying 6 CP for a clean break, the only thing that I could really see this going in is like gacha for style decks, and they've been out of date for like half
A
the
year and a
existence of the
half
game.
more?
Yeah.
Since Opus 9, really.
Yeah.
Like the moment Opus 10
Oh,
came
I
out,
thought
the gacha
I thought
deck
it came
just
back
fell
in
apart.
13 for a bit, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah, no, I think we
this-
move on
this
from
is-
this.
This is not a good card.
Yeah.
Right.
They really hate Type 0.
Ixion, 2-cost summon Mobius. If you cast Ixion, you may pay an extra lightning and 2 generic. Break all forwards of cost 2 or less. If you paid the extra cost, break all forwards of 3 or less instead.
I
Oh,
love this card.
I love it, but I feel like it's a lightning card that hates lightning.
Not at all. Not at all.
Because it hits your stuff though.
That's fine. You're not playing really anything of cost 2 or less or cost 3 or less anymore.
Oh really?
Not really. I'm trying to think of what forwards you're paying. You're playing at the 2 or 3 cost slot in Lightning. And
Loa, Hyo. Got Loa, got Hyo. We got one of the ones in this set that's coming up later. There's a few of them. The twins. Though I guess you just don't pay the extra if you don't want to lose Rain or Lan if you're using those. I don't know.
yeah,
You know what? The more I think about it, the more I don't feel very excited about this card.
so I can understand like the thought process. The big reason why I'm excited is that this is actually we were talking about Samurai being almost exclusively 3-drops, right? And, you know, like how they just instant die to Shinryu. This is Lightning saying, hey, look, we've got a way to kill him too. And it's not damage or related or anything like that. It's clean breaks, so they can't pump above it.
Yes, and that's why I like it, but...
Like, sure, you're spending 5 DP to do it, but it's so worth it, especially at instant speed.
And on that, would it not have been too busted at 4 CP? Like, I honestly feel like this could have just been Kicker 1 and a Lightning to break all 3 drops instead, and I don't think it would have been too big. Because, like, remember, it's a Lightning card. Lightning... I get that Lightning has some nutty cards in this set, but we still need that, like, one very playable Lightning deck before we talk about, like, tech cards like this. Maybe that's where I'm coming from. Maybe that's just me, like, dooming over Lightning, as always, even though it's my favorite element in the entire game.
No, I resemble that remark. That's what I was saying. I feel like it hates Lightning at the same time, like, but yeah, 3-4 would have been better.
Yeah, I'll be honest though, I don't even think this is a tech card. There is enough, like, 2-cost and 3-cost forwards in the game that playing this card will always net you a positive.
Twins are the only justification I found.
Knights. That entire deck is 2-drop tribal.
And you know how I feel about Knights. Like,
and Samurai as well. That entire deck is 3-drop tribal. Like, sure, as I said, sure, 5 CP. You're still breaking a whole bunch of stuff. Avalanche, it's all 3 costs.
And yet,
the only thing that's not
still...
But they still keep their Barret.
Barret and Cloud.
Yeah, but Barret not dying means the others don't really die.
And at that point, I still have to point out, Avalanche, they paid 1 for all of it. They don't care. And Samurais, they just search each other out again, and Tenzin's drawn you a million cards anyway, so if you're paying 5, this is why I really wish it was a 4-cost, man. Like, it was a 4-cost...
Well, think about it from this perspective. You're paying 5 CP for a Shinryu as well.
Which is already a 5-cost, and can potentially cost even less.
And isn't Shinryu like an 8k body?
No, it's a 10, it's like a 9k body.
Oh!
Yeah, Shinryu is, like, still the cleanest answer to Samurais. And if Lightning takes off, yeah, you're playing, like, 1 or 2 of this. But, again, maybe I'm just dooming.
Oh,
you're probably... I'll be honest, I feel like you are dooming, because I feel like this card is incredibly good, and it's going to be surprisingly relevant.
I'm kind of in between you two, because I think
people remember the soiree as, like, super busted, and then they just go back to that.
Yeah. Like, I was going to say, it doesn't hit all the things. I think it's better than what Squash P is saying. I'm in between you two. But if you're playing this to wipe Samurai's boards and losing your board at the same time for 5, does it really save you, or does it just give you a couple of turns?
Well, here's the thing, right? If they've got enough Samurai in play that Cyan is doing, like, 7, 8, 9k AoE...
Then yes, you want to break this.
You would absolutely play this, because, holy crap, that's... Like, you've basically just said, not only are you not AoEing me, but you've also just lost about 3 or 4 forwards. For 5 CP. Like, here's the thing, right? Would you play this, or would you play Exodus?
Oh no, I'd pick this.
Depends what I'm up against, really.
No, I think this is good.
You could play copies of both, but I feel like this... Because this just says, like, you don't even have to pick the number, and it breaks more than just, like, 2 costs or just 3 costs. It breaks 2 or less, and 3 or less. So you're not picking numbers. Like, this is still, in essence, a quote-unquote modal summon. It's actually quite a powerful one, if I may say so.
Yeah, it's modal. I just hate that it's, like, in a colour that's not got anything at the moment.
I feel like it, like, this is probably just me, and, you know, hot take, Lightning kinda hit the jackpot this set.
Oh yeah, they did.
No, definitely
it took them 17 sets to do it, but, like...
They be fair, they weren't getting punished for the sins of Opus 2 and 3.
Yeah, like I was going to say, Lightning was good at the beginning for a while. It just then needed a break, I guess. The capacitor discharged.
Yeah, trust me, I want to eat my words on this card, but for now, I'm just kind of...
Oh, same here. I want to know it's better. I just feel that this could cut you back. It's a double-edged sword. That's what I was trying to get at. Now, that still means it's a good sword. It doesn't mean it's a bad sword, but it is a double-edged sword.
It's a sword with 2 edges. How's that bad? Anyway.
Oh, it's our boy. 4 cost X Death, forward wizard 8k. If there are 10 or more cards removed from the game, X Death gets plus 2k. When X Death enters the field, remove all the characters in each player's break zone from the game. At the end of each of your turns, if there are 20 or more cards removed from the game, your opponent selects one card they control, remove it from the game. I call this, we made a joke, this card is basically called the Spirit Bomb, because you're just sitting there counting both bins until he's ready.
Yeah.
He's Thanos. He's just Thanos waiting till his time.
That not a lot of people around me have realized. Mannequins can cost reduce this dude.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we talked about it. He's a 2 cost in the mannequin system,
Yeah,
isn't
Lady and Warlock.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy a 1 cost.
This is a 1 cost forward. Like, let's not joke around with it. This is a 1 cost card, and this is a ridiculously powerful 1 cost card.
You were playing Earth Lightning anyway, because you're playing like Mist Dragon with this anyway. And...
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, and in that deck, you don't necessarily care about your bin. Like, I feel like... So here's what I've sort of thought about Lightning as an element. It's either hyper-aggressive, so it does, like, all the, like, the cheap, hasty stuff, but then it dies in the mid and late game because it just runs out of resources. Or it's hard controlling. So it's trying to kill everything and get, like, you know, chip away at all of the stuff, but it loses to the early and mid game because it's too slow. This X Death dements its mid game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it basically says Lightning now has a mid game, and it's a very good mid game. Like, you could even do this in Mono Lightning. You play you still play the Lightning mannequin that makes it cost less, and then you just play the haste mannequin.
And honestly,
flesh. Well, I mean, Delusory can't search Lightning mannequins, which is a bit of a problem, but...
Oh, those such as element.
Yeah, such as
Lightning,
mannequin other than Lightning.
Oh, okay. So it's not quite as good as that, but still, you still play it in Earth Lightning, and you just
go get Lady, and then you're all good.
And here's the thing: the Exile is the end all be all. You can't interact with that.
No.
Once this is online barring killing it, it's online. There is no stopping that. There is no interacting with it. There is no putting the cards from Exile back into bin.
Yeah, they are gone.
They're gone. And, you know, just being a 1 cost 10k that's exiling a character every turn.
Yeah, and that's the whole reason why Shintoto has been so powerful the entire time this game has existed. It doesn't break them, it removes them. Like, those forwards are gone. You are not getting them back.
Yep. Mist Dragon, probably the most powerful summon in the game, removes.
And the thing I did with this, which was absolutely hilarious, is I had this next to the Night Dancer. So it's like, you get rid of your backup, cool, you get 1 less attacker. You get rid of your forward, cool, 1 less attacker.
Yeah, pretty much.
But no, this is just, I don't think this is peak of the cards, but it's oh, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, this is a very, very powerful card. Yeah. Like, amazingly powerful.
Yeah, it's one even I can't do him over. Like, he's super good.
Yeah, and I just love sitting there going, is there 20 in bin? No, it's not his time. 20 in bin? Cool. Bang, he's on.
Yep.
Don't even need to wait for that. 10 in bin's enough, because you just eat the rest of your
10
bin.
in bin, and then it becomes a 10k.
Yeah, but I guess it's just situational, because once he's out, unless you play a second one, you can't really exile anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you got other effects.
Unless you're playing Earth and Kadaj, and just all that stuff in general.
Or Ice Edward.
You're playing Kadaj anyway, just...
Or Ice Edward, the new one from this set, which is just sit there, keeps taking something out.
One at a time.
Yeah, slowly getting you to the 20.
Or, you know, you're not, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, if it dies, it's gone.
Or if you've Totoed previously during that turn as well, you've got some extras there. Another card in this set also helps him as well, which we'll get to when we get to it. Yeah. But speaking of next card, Forecost, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Ue?
O.
Oh, just O? Okay.
Just O, like the word O.
Yeah. 4 cost O, forward Samurai FFBE 8k, During each of your turns, when O is chosen by your opponent summons or bidders for the first time in that turn, cancel its effects. So it's similar to Allure. When he enters the field, you gain a crystal. He's got a special lightning 1 generic. Choose one forward of cost 5 or less. Break it, gain a crystal.
Now this is what you call a black belt. Delicious.
It's a samurai.
This is a very, very nice card, and it pairs really well with the FFBE
in general
special engine. We'll get to that.
Yeah, you know, I like it, and I'm just gonna wait for someone to randomly build Fire Lightning Samurais, because you know.
Is this the only Lightning Samurai?
I feel like it is.
I think it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel Samurai was wasted on this a little bit.
No, you never know.
You never know. I know, but it kind of feels irrelevant having Samurai on it. Like, flavor-wise and all that, it's good. Oh, it's a boy!
It's but it's also like having Job Dragoon on an Earth card.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I won't lie, I do get that vibes from O.
Job Viking.
Hey, look, it's our card.
It's a boy!
Look, it's the boy.
1 cost Orc. Monster Orc Mobius. Oh, you also have a job and name. When Orc enters the field, choose 1 damage forward, break it. Lightning, generic, tap, put Orc into the break zone, choose 1 forward, dull it. Now, I like this card, but I'm gonna accept the criticism, but I still will not back off this one. I think it's the best of the cycle.
I mean, I'll be fair, you're allowed to be biased, this is your boy.
Yeah.
But, like, unsure if this is worse than the Ice one. Certainly better than the Earth one, tell you what.
I think it's third, personally.
Yeah.
I would put this underneath the Fire one and the Water one, which we'll get to.
Yeah, the Water one.
Okay, because I think it does the most for the least.
This is Capitol's best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it does the most for the least.
Yeah.
Like, all the other ones have been 4,
nice.
3, or 4 for the ability, and this one's just like a clean 2.
It's another random 1-cost monster that can break it itself for Elmate Revolve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know.
It does stuff.
Yeah. 4, Sid of Clan Gully EX, FFTA2 backup, Clan Gully member / clan leader. EX burst, when Sid of Clan Gully enters the field, choose 1 lightning character in your bin, add it to your hand.
I mean,
it's just updated Sage, yeah?
It's Eudolus, but lightning, and Eudolus saw a lot of play. Why can't this go anyway?
And the award for the most irrelevant job pairing goes to...
Hey, you can be a member of something in a league. It's fine.
Well, here's the thing for me. Like, if you can run both, you can, but I still feel I'd rather have Sakura in my 4-cost slot backup lightning.
No, I think I prefer this one, to be honest.
You would prefer this one, but also, I do feel it necessary to point out, though, this is lightning. The element that has made its name for 4-cost backups that add a character from break zone to hand.
Yeah.
This is the other one that's a burst. I'll give it that much. But
yeah, that's why I felt this was an upgrade, because it's the EX.
I still feel like Zemus is better, though.
Yeah, I'd rather risk the... yeah, I don't know. It's the risk of the 2 versus the EX.
Like, when are we going to get to a point where Lightning's backup line is just all 4-cost, add a thing from break zone to hand, and then you just die to Fenrir?
I would say we're actually almost there.
To be fair, we're already at that point, not gonna lie.
Like,
yeah,
so Sage, this, Zemus, Puck,
yeah, Rez and stuff. Of Young, but he's a 3-cost, but you can play him as a 4-cost, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the big thing for this card is that it's a burst, but yeah.
Yeah, this feels like an upgrade of Sage in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah, burst helps
what
get
makes
it out of the
really
hole.
relevant, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I like this just for me. It's, I don't know, I find lightning backup decisions one of the more precarious ones.
I'd still run this.
Yeah, you just jam whatever works in.
Well, like I said, I'd technically run both if I could.
Unless you're, like, doing a lure cheese, at which point you want the other Silicone Dollar.
Yeah, if you got the name clash and you want the other one, you pick the other one, but I think for the most part you'll be defaulting on that one. 2-cost Huon, backup Agitator Cadet? Agito Cadet?
Agito.
Yeah. Type 0.
Agito.
Well, I read it as Agito, I'm like, that's not a word, and then I realized what game I'm talking about.
Ready
Yeah.
to go. Count 0.
Yeah. One generic dull, choose one forward you control until end of turn. The end of the turn, it gets +2 power and haste. You can only use this ability if you control only one forward.
Text box is irrelevant. This thing's an Agito Cadet. Good in-color target for our mate Kalia Chevelle.
Yeah, and the thing I kind of like is you play one thing, give it haste, then play the rest second main.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah.
I probably have a slightly different mind. I feel like this card just continues the cycle of great abilities on 2-drop lightning backups that have horrible conditions to use. Like, you got this, you got Palmer, which is, I'm going to draw 2 cards, but I can only do it. Yeah, but I can only do it if I've got nothing in hand.
Yeah, but
So,
but I think that deck got given something to help him.
Yeah, the big payoff to this thing is that it is searchable. Like, it's a better, like, it's probably the best lightning Agito Cadet that we have. So at least it's like, it'll be good in a non-zero number situation, so you at least don't feel bad about playing it.
yeah, but saying that this card is the best Agito Cadet that we could possibly search is like saying that, syphilis is the best disease I could possibly get at this time.
But it's like, hey, lightning deserves this.
We're getting closer to something.
Having a trash backup.
Yeah, at least it's searchable.
It's better than, the rest. 5 cost Man in Black. Forward, redacted, 9k. You cannot play Man in Black or card name Golbears while already in control of either character. When Man in Black enters the field or attacks, choose one summon your break zone and remove it from the game. You can cast it anytime you could normally cast it. When you cast a summon, choose one forward. It gains this forward cannot attack or block until the end of the turn. I really like this, and for me, worst case scenario, I'm exiling my summons to X-Death.
I mean,
Well, you're not exiling summons to X-Death, so this still works with it.
yeah, this still works with the X-Death.
No, that's what I'm saying. This helps you get rid of the summons while X-Death gets rid of the characters.
Yeah, but you're casting them and putting them back in your break zone.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, if you don't cast them, you're feeding X-Death.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Because it's a must trigger, so you have to do it.
Yeah. I'm sort of two minds about this card. Like, having that repeatable, summon just, stashed away is a really, it's really sweet to have that. But at the same time, it's sort of, I don't know.
It's just slow, my dude.
It's
No,
slow,
I will
it's
not deny that. As a 5
expensive.
cost and on attack, yes, I 100% think it's very slow.
An advantage is it's ETB or attack, so you at the least get it once. But at the same time, you've also got to try and find a summon that you do want to exile with this, and cast on the regular. And no offense to lightning summons, but lightning summons aren't the greatest. The best thing I can think of you could do is you do the Ramu Raiden Revenant Wings, and then you just Man in Black, exile the Raiden, and then when your opponent moves to combat, you cast the Raiden, break their entire board, and then attack with the Man in Black and stash the Raiden away for the next time. But then you're playing 2 5-cost forwards and praying that your opponent doesn't kill either of them.
I think it does more, the fact that there's no timing restriction for the summon, and the fact that you put the summon back in bin, not exile it after use. I think there's more to say for this.
Yeah, but those are the bits that are making it good. You cast the summon, you put it back in the break zone, you attack with Man in Black, you exile it again. So you're basically going to have that summon constantly stored.
And even if they kill Man in Black, if you've got something exiled to his ability, you can still cast them.
Yes.
You can still cast it afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think for that control lightning, this is a very good card for that side of the.
Nah, lightning water.
Well, I'm talking about control in general as a generalized whatever X you put it with, or.
Yeah, but I'd say lightning water just so you have the protection.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't say lightning summon, does it? It's choose any, so you can.
Any summon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also that last effect. That's the best part about this card.
Yeah, and we were only talking about the first 2 parts there. The first part there.
Counter circle block is super relevant. Let your weenies push through damage. Stop your opponent's weenies from pushing through damage.
That's kind of a big deal. Not gonna lie.
Hell,
But, yeah, I just feel like it's so close,
okay, hear
but
me out.
so far.
Hear me out about something. I just got this idea. I haven't thought it through. Some lightning wind variant storm with summons to the point that you just repeat storm summons, nothing can block, swing in with everything. Repeat storm summons, swing in, nothing can block.
You would need to have a lot of low-cost summons to do it. Sure, Wind has them, but they're usually...
The only problem is in that sense, we're looking at Lightning Wind, which already has a phenomenal card named Golbez.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, he's almost there, and I'm gonna give him a try, but yeah, we'll see what we make of it.
I don't know. A free summon a turn off his swing while repeating storm summons into just saying your opponent can't block.
Yeah.
And if you then do stuff like that during their turn and say they can't attack either,
yeah,
could be a
feel
pretty big blowout, locking them just out of that ability.
Yeah, and I feel like if this was printed a couple of sets ago, it would have 100% been an 8K, and we would have just said it was bad and moved on.
Yeah.
Hey.
But that's okay, because every single Golbez has been a 9K, so...
Yeah.
And the trend continues.
At least he's consistent.
Yeah. Too bad you can't pitch Man in Black for Golbez as specials.
Oh, I had that sort of thing today because I opened the special, the starter Earth card that works with Golbez.
Yeah,
and I'm sitting there going, and I'm holding Man in Black and that next to each other. I'm going, huh? Ketchup? Aww.
I've been way over my head.
But yeah, I'm sitting there going, no, it doesn't count even when he's on the field, and if it dies, it still doesn't count as Golbez. And I was sad again. And I then threw the Earth cards in my box and went, no, well, there goes that plan.
Oh.
One cost Salier. FFBE, forward Black Mage. Let me zoom out to get the 2K. When Salier enters the field, select one of the 3 following actions. Choose one forward, dull it. You may pay 1 lightning. When you do so, choose one forward of 2 or less, break it. You may pay 3 lightning. When you do so, choose one active forward, deal it 9k damage. Huh.
Again.
So, you just don't care about the body.
I mean, pretty much. Like, you
is
have
a
a good
summon.
modal card with a relevant job.
Yeah.
Yeah, the job is a big deal. Like, being a job Black Mage on element as well is really nice. And it's, like, it's cheap.
You know what?
You can
Base
bring this...
Kate Sheen, I'm all for it.
You can bring this back with Vivi, can't you? Or is Vivi job Black Mage?
This job, yeah, this...
Oh, is
This
it?
is job Black Mage.
Yeah, okay. You can bring this
so
back
Vivi
with
can
Black
bring this back,
Mage.
Black
Okay.
can bring this back. It counts as a Black Mage for Vivi's broken active skill.
Yeah.
And also just has really good enter effects, which I just...
discard it to the Black Waltzes?
It only says active forward on the 9k damage, though. That's...
Yeah, it's a
But
start.
modal, you don't
I
have
really
to
wish
pick
this
it.
was just 4 cost on enter, deal 9k to a forward. Would that be too much? Probably be too much.
But that's the thing,
But
it's
at
modal,
the
so you
same
don't have
time,
to use
though,
that last one.
I'd rate it because, 2 CP, break a 2 cost.
Yeah, and also searchable by
Unconditionally.
Diana.
Yep, searchable by Diana. So it's got an odd element searcher.
Yep, very good.
I really like this. And FFBE as well.
Yeah,
It's a
very
nice card. It's a nice card. It's not bonkers. It's not terrible. It's sort of, it's like, it's a good.
Well, it
excuse
power
me.
creeps. It
Good
power creeps
card,
Kate.
Not a great card, but I would still run it in a mono lightning, like a dedicated mono lightning deck. I would run it in that deck.
Well, it's an upgrade to Kate Chi and the second one. So this is like the 3rd power creep of that sort of 1 cost dull, and it just modal, relevant modals. Even if it's useless, it can be discarded to stuff within the color, or you put it in the FFBE package to work with that. It's but I feel this might have to be in mono, unless you just forego that last ability.
You are kind of forced into like playing it as a mono element card, but at the same token, I don't think you mind all that much because then you can actually start looking seriously into doing Black Waltz shenanigans in mono.
Yeah. Also, neat lore thing for those of you that might not know. She's Adelard's little sister.
She learnt well
Oh,
from a
boy.
big brother. That's all I'm saying if I'm looking at the cards.
Yeah, pretty much.
But no, I really like this. And technically, even if you're not mono, you just ignore that third mode and focus on the first two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Like, it's a good card.
We got another Job Turk. Oh, this name's gonna kill me. Sisini?
Cisne.
Cisne. 2-cost Cisne forward member of the Turks. 5k. When Cisne enters the field, you may discard one card. When you do so, choose one forward, deal it 1k damage for each CP required to cast the discard card. The discard card is a Job member Turk. Also, deal 5k damage. Damage 3, Cisne gains +2 power, haste, and brave. I like this. I actually really like this.
New name, good enter ability.
There's no name clash with
Anything
any of the other
else.
Turks. It gives you an extra Turk to play with as well. So
she's
it's a lot.
dealing.
I think it's better than the other one. Like, this has an easier trigger condition than the other haste one that needs a Job Turk out.
Yeah, the Eleanor.
Yeah. Like, it's
Yeah,
easier to be
you're
on
on
3
an
damage
element,
than
like,
not
another
than
name.
have a forward.
But also,
Yeah.
like, this thing's dealing
It
at
is-
minimum 7k to a forward on it.
Yeah.
Yes. Unless you're, like, really in a bad spot, but even then, you might still be able to use this as enough of a ping to get through.
And once again, it doesn't target active only. It targets
Yes.
any forward.
Yeah, just read it as, like, what? 4 cost 5k, 7k if you're on damage 3, kill a forward, swing.
Yeah, like the
That's,
samurais in
like-
this is trying to bring
Nice.
Turks back into the light.
I mean, it
It
deserves it.
certainly helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably not going to get it across the line, but it certainly helps.
Yeah, it helps,
I think we might see some presence.
it helps bring it up to speed.
Yeah. I think we're going to see some members of the Turk thanks to this, and I don't know if there's... No, I think this is the only good one we've seen.
Sure, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this card, I'll be honest, took me through a bit of a loop. 3-cost Jack, forward, class 0 cadet. 5k, if Jack deals damage to a forward or opponent, double the damage instead.
I
So-
mean, it's the best of the class 0
Yeah.
cards in this set. Like, by a country mile, it's still kind of bad.
But here's the thing,
But
Lightning
even
has
then,
so
like,
much
it's-
double damages, if you combine them, you might have a deck.
Yeah. But
Well,
here's the thing, right?
though. Go on.
I guess I'll get mine out of the way first. Funnily enough, this, like, isn't even better than the old Jack and Cadets, because that's at least a 1-cost, you can dull it for 9. This one just kind of gets in the way. In other stuff, maybe?
Yeah, I'm ignoring class 0 cadet in this. Like, I'm ignoring that completely. I'm wondering, like, this, next to
But,
Hyo, next to other
I just feel
shenanigans.
like he's worse than Archangel HM, and Archangel HM isn't playable.
Yeah, I that's why I said, like, you have to sort of be playing a deck that has all of them next to each other in a reasonable enough deck that's doing a job. Otherwise, it's cute.
You just do, like, hasty unga bunga smash face, no need to think, just attack.
No attack, just like, no block, just attack.
No
It's
block,
saying
attack.
that-
Kolgaki.
Because you gotta remember, this is doing 10k damage if they block.
Yeah, if they block it, that's 10k damage. And, you know, if they don't block it, they're taking 2.
And giving this
But
guy
still-
first strike, giving this fucker first strike.
Yeah, he's pretty alright. I just hate that he, like, is super fragile.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe I'll give him a try somewhere.
I don't know, I'm
Yeah.
thinking of
Like, I'm sure,
doing
I'm
a
sure
joke
we'll
deck
find
with
a
him.
way to,
I mean,
to make it
now
work. Maybe-
Now that Lightning has, like, 3 cards that say, oh, you're on damage 5, cool, you're dead.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I see a potential for at least a joke. More,
yeah.
maybe not, but it'll be a fun journey. And I kind of like getting a few cards like that just for fun between the seriousness.
Yeah, it's a pack filler that, like, it reads interestingly enough to make me give it a second look before I put it back in my folder, never to be used again.
Just like my
Yeah,
Sonic
like,
deck.
it's got an interesting, like, the text box is actually kind of interesting. Like, the thing is as well, like, it doesn't specify what type of damage that Jack is dealing. It just says if it deals damage. So you could use I think it's the Opus 11 Ninja that says when it attacks, choose a
unattacked,
forward, deals a 5k.
Yeah, the Opus 12.
So you could use that on this Jack,
Yeah.
swing 10k a thing, and then
Yeah.
deal you 2 damage. So
Or 10k something else if they block.
Huh.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
I guess my
it's-
Fire Lightning Hyper Aggro does have something. Anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
like, it's-
I think there's something
some
there.
sort of merit there.
All I'm gonna say is I think there's something there. I'm probably wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong. To be honest, worst case scenario, this is going to be an enjoyable joke card for me to play.
No, I'm not playing this in any serious capacity. It is purely a jank card that I'm playing at locals just to have fun.
Until someone breaks it.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is a 2-cost knight.
It is.
Yeah, 2-cost knight, forward, standard unit. If knight is active, knight cannot be chosen by your opponent's summons or abilities. If knight is dull, knight gets plus 3k power. I like it, but I just don't see any use for it. It's
Okay, she's neither active nor is she dull because she's not in your deck.
yeah. Like it's a
pretty
cool
much.
it's a cool concept, but it's limited. No, it's a good limited card. Actually, it's not even bad. I think it's just a
should
good
make a
limited
nice
card.
coaster.
For your drink.
If Immortal God was here, another card to feed his baby. I like that. I'll move on. 2-cost knight. Backup standard unit. Put 9 into the break zone. Choose 1 active forward. Deal at 4k. If you've received damage this turn, deal at 8k.
You remember what we said about the fire one and the ice one? Yeah. Move on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And this one, and once again, this says the thing that we hated to see: 1 active forward. We've taken a step back.
They've got to have a gimmick somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to justify.
Ask for good nights because we have those.
Yeah.
Though at least Lastwell is conditioned that it's job night, so
No, like card name night.
yeah. But at least they don't break something else by being that.
Yeah.
4 hooded man, a 4-cost hooded man, forward, redacted, 8k. You cannot play hooded man or card name Kane while already in control of either characters. Haste, when hooded man enters the field, choose 1 card name hooded man or card name Kane in your break zone. You may remove it from the game. When you do so, activate all the backups you control and draw 1 card.
2 good lightning legends? Pinch me now.
So Wind called. It asked
Yeah.
for its hero back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, though, this is actually like quite a good card.
This also gives me hope for Lightning Wind again, to be honest.
Pretty much where this is going because it happens to be Cat 4.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, like this card is like because you're already running the Wind Hooded Man in your deck anyway because it's amazing, and then you run this one in tandem with it, so you don't mind when one of your Hooded Men dies because then you can just play this one, get the -2 CP 8k with haste. So like.
And you don't mind if this one dies, because the next one you play gets rid of the last one that came in that got rid of the one before it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
also,
like you're happy to see, you're generally always happy to see this card. And plus being Cat 4 is also ultra relevant.
Yeah.
Like ultra relevant. So it's not it's not necessarily a bad card. You don't generally mind seeing this card. I was initially sort of disappointed with the card.
I had to hold back. I loved it.
But yeah, but then after a couple of read-throughs, I'm sort of it's growing on me. I still don't feel like it's ridiculously phenomenal yet, but it shows promise.
Yeah, and hate me or love me, Cactar and Orc are both 1-costs, so in the Storm-based colors with this and CAD 4, I think there is potential. And even you don't have to do that, but I want to because I'm a piece of shit.
No, I'm playing this in mono.
Just jamming.
Oh yeah, even in mono, this is just good.
Yeah, you've got Canes, you've got other copies of this, and it's like, oh cool, off of 4 backups, it's completely free.
Yeah,
and it has haste for some reason.
Yeah, and even if you're running just the 3, the first one's the only one that suffers. The second one gets rid of the first one, and the third one gets rid of the second one.
No, not even. Just ditch a Cane early on. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm saying even if you don't run Kane, there's still it's still really good just as a 3 of its own, and then there's extra on top of that.
Yeah.
But no, thank you. Thank you, whatever gods we were properly praying to.
Yeah.
I don't know who it
Two
was,
legends.
but we should keep doing
And
what we're
they're both
doing.
full art to boot, which means it's going to be hard to keep getting my lightning max rarity stuff, but
I'll do what I can.
yeah,
Good luck.
I'll need it, hell yeah.
Yugiri, 3-cost EX Burst. When Yugiri enters the field, you may search for one job ninja or card name ninja other than card name Yugiri and add it to your hand. Discard a total of 2 job ninjas or card name ninja. Choose one forward of cost 4 or less, break it. I actually really like this in Ninja.
I mean, yeah, this says play me with edge.
Yeah.
This basically says, hey, do you remember that Opus 11 meta? Let's bring that back.
Remember those Opus 11 cards? Yeah, let's give us an actually good Yugiri, you know?
Well, the thing I
Yeah.
like about this is you charge up Edge, you kill the Adele, and then shuriken the soirees.
And, like, also on top of that, Ninjas now has 2 searches. One's
Yes.
a backup, one's a forward. Both of them are bursts, so
Yep,
you're
yep.
always going to have access to edge.
Yes. It's
And also
really
helps with
good.
also the Cat 4, so you can play Cecil with them. Just hint, play Cecil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And the
Oh.
action ability is, well, pretty irrelevant. Like, you don't need it.
That's handy.
It's handy.
No, I
Especially
think
considering
it's
culture.
good because I think Ninja had trouble with the protection effects. Like cannot be broken
Yeah,
by damage or
I mean,
juice damage.
You've got enough, like, protection in Wind now that it's, like, you've got Althea, you've got, like, Chocobo as well. You've even got random crap like Dryad if you really wanted to.
Yeah, but it was
But,
something
yeah, like-
against the protection. Where if something says cannot be damaged, Ed just sits there picking
Then you
his
just,
nose.
yeah. Oh, then you just, like, cool, I just beat over it. I dull it with Zangetsu.
Oh god, I miss Sengetsu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
that's
the
good.
board start again.
But I think this is what Ninja needed. Both effects.
So,
What the top
Agreed.
one significantly more important than the bottom one. I'm not saying that, but I do think the bottom one is actually kind of relevant.
Surprisingly
Yeah.
relevant.
Like especially if it's just 2 backups and you've got your 5 backup line ready, you just like getting rid of trash cards
like,
to kill something.
even then, like, this can just search the crystal generator, because that just happens to be a ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can splash some crystal synergy into ninjas now. With this opens up so many doors, and I love every direction it's going.
In case you ever needed some crystal synergies with your ninjas.
Oh look, maybe
You never know.
especially with the new
Hey, maybe
light and
you-
dark
maybe
cards.
Waller on that one off Gacha Chimera.
No, especially with the new light and dark cards.
Oh yeah,
Like,
let's not go into
Gacha
that.
Chimera.
We'll get there, but
Remoras.
there is a path there that I'm seeing in my head that could work.
We'll get to those.
Yeah.
Hehe.
God, what is it with these names today? Liart?
Yeah, Leo.
Cool. Full cost Liart, forward ranger FFBE 8k. When a character is put from field into the break zone, Liart gets plus 2k power until end of turn. I think this is probably the weakest of the FFBEs.
Oh, there's a reason this is bad.
Oh god.
She's a common unit in FFBE. No wonder she's bad.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Did we have a card that did this in Opus 10 and it was multiplying? Anyway.
Yes. 2 cost Dragoon, backup standard unit. 1 generic dull, put Dragoon into the break zone, choose 1 job standard unit forward in your break zone, add it to your hand. If it is a lightning forward of cost 3 or less, play it onto the field instead. You can only use this ability during your turn.
So this is the second best? Like, by far?
Easily.
Yeah, because Samurai is better just because it's Samurai. But this thing...
Yeah.
Oh, I love it with every fiber of my being.
Well,
because, you know,
what, 80% of the Dragoons are standard units?
yeah, like this
Yeah.
being
And a
able
lot
to...
of them are too less than 3 cost as well.
Like,
So
2
Yeah.
cost. Like, you can use this to res the big Dragoon that buffs itself. You can use it to res the one that reveals 4. And
Yeah, I was gonna
all
say,
the forward.
this brings back the removal one, doesn't it?
Yeah, it brings back the removal one.
Yeah.
Brings
And-
back, yeah.
even if you're
And
not
that's
even
okay.
focused on like Dragoon synergies specifically, this brings back the Red Mage.
It's a red match. Yeah. It's
So
very good.
just like I spend 1 CP, like it's basically the same as a samurai, right? But instead of killing a like doing AK to a forward and potentially not killing it, you're going after a 4 cost and actually killing it.
Yeah.
No, I think
Like-
this is really good. It feeds
it's like-
it feeds a lot of things in Lightning that all needed this help.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
looking at this like, cool, this is the one card that Dragoons needed. I play Dragoons, I doom over it, I see next spoiler season, I see the one card that Dragoon needed, thus the cycle begins again. But hey, I'm good to be happy, at least for now.
Yeah, like, I'll even
Love
say,
this little man.
the fact this is a Dragoon is like icing on the cake. It's not even the primary, it just makes it better.
Relevant name. Very good.
Okay.
And yeah, we ended on a high note at least. I was hoping we weren't going to end on that FFB.
And then we're going to go straight back into garbage.